क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो तारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you, even zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy. श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Unless we are able to separate out the experiencer and experienced, we will not be able to proceed in our quest. So first we have to recognize all experiences happen through the body to somebody. Now this somebody we have taken for granted. I am that. Now who is this I? So here a question is raised. Is I the one who is miserable, or is the I who is knowing both the misery and the miserable? This is the inquiry. Then all experiences happen definitely not to the body. They happen to the mind. If they are happening to the mind is inert, like the table is inert. It doesn't matter for the table whether we are keeping Lord Ganesha or a bottle of whiskey. It makes no difference. It is inert. Similarly, mind is inert. Whatever is in front is seen. That's it. Then who is experiencing? So we require to go beyond the mind. And an experiencer is called as Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnana, where there is something added to the knowledge. Knowledge without the knower cannot exist. For the birth of knowledge, knower is necessary. This is the phone. Who knows it? The phone doesn't know itself. Then I know it. So, who is this knower? Is this knower one, or are these knowers many? See? I know this table, I know the tab, I know the camera, I know you all, I know the walls. So this I who is knowing everything, are they different from object to object, or they are one? See? So the first principle is we have to go beyond the known and the knowledge. We have to come to the knower. Then the question comes, who is the knower? Are the knowers many or one? In every knowledge, this is a triputi, the three factors. Object of knowledge, knowledge of the object, and knower of the knowledge of the object. Three of them. So, this is object number one, I know. This is object number two, I know. Object number three, I know. So, the objects are many, knowledges are many, but the knower is one. They are not many. So I as a husband suffering or enjoying, I as a father suffering or enjoying, I as a son suffering or enjoying, are these three or they are one? This is the inquiry. I am very disturbed. Who is disturbed? I am disturbed, but who is this I? Come on here, I the husband. But I as a father-in-law, I am happy. I as a son-in-law, I am more happy. See? Do you know the secret? These gents will not tell you, ladies. The son-in-laws like their mother-in-law extremely, maximum. Unlike the daughter-in-law doesn't like the mother-in-law. What is the reason? The reason is the mother-in-law has sympathy for the son-in-law. She knows what stuff she has given. See? Therefore, when the marriage happens, they are given blessing. Take care of yourself. Now we are liberated from this. Therefore, who is this I? Are they many or one? So this is the inquiry. So mind has got many objects, many knowledges, but the knower is only one. Now, how can the husband be the father be the son be the son-in-law? How it is possible? They are different. It is here the inquiry begins. So, aham pratyaya bijatvam idam vrittir sputam aviditva swamatmanam bhavya vetinu kaschita. So, unless you know yourself clearly, you will not understand outer world properly. Therefore, what is the big difference between the mind and the intellect? Kshane kshane janma nashau aham vrittir bitau yataha vijnanam kshanikam tena saprakasham svato mitehe. Therefore, this Vijnanamaya Kosha is the I who is born again and again he dies. Now be attentive. This is the book. I know this is a book. So I, the knower of the book, is born. This is the table. Now the knower who knew the book is gone. Now I, the knower of the table, I know this is a table. I drop this object. Then I, the phone. So I, the knower of the phone. So with every change object, the eyes are different. They are not the same. See? So kshane kshane aham vrittehe. So with every experience, a separate I is born. Then how can you say it is one I? See? So janmanasho, therefore, they are constantly changing. Therefore, Vijnanamaya Kosha or the I is kshanikam, temporary. Yesterday I told you, like every dream, there is a separate dreamer. In the same manner, in every waking experience, there is a separate waker. And if you go further, in every experience, there is a separate experiencer. So all the varieties of eyes are supported by a common denominator who is illuminating both the object of experience, the experience of the object, and the experiencer of the object. He is common. So we have to reach from the husband to the man, from the father to the man, from the son to the man. So this is the spiritual practice. But what happens? We are so much preoccupied by these conditioned expressions of the Absolute called Vijnanamaya Kosha, and that we take to be real, and therefore I becomes very strong and very real. This is a very subtle point. So this I has to be understood. So Vijnanamaya Koshoyam Jiva Ityagama Jaguhu Sarva Samsara Etasya Janmanasha Sukhadikaha. So the Agama Shastras means the Pauranikas. See, like Bhagavan Krishna, if you take, Bhagavan Krishna is presented to us in two editions. The one which is commonly accepted, known is Pauranika Krishna. He was born in the jail and he was a child, and then his father crossed him in the river and he killed a Chanur, etc. That we know. In Mahabharata, this thing doesn't come. See? So, Pauranika Krishna enters the Mahabharata at the time of the marriage of Draupadi. So there are two Krishnas. But maximum people are attracted towards the Bala Krishna, Gopala Krishna, Laddu Gopal. Because with the kids you can do anything. See? So we like to play the role of Yashoda. But we don't like to play the role of Krishna, who has to fight all the challenges of life. See? So, who is this? Vijnanamaya Kosham Jiva Ityagama Jaguhu. Agama are the Pauranikas. So there they tell this life, next life, in the last life. Like, if you see Bhagavad Mahapuran, there are so many stories. One story is, there was a king. His name was Rishabdeva. He ruled for 10,000 years. Thereafter he got fed up. And then he left. And he installed his son Bharat as the king. Bharat also lived for so many years. He got fed up. He left. He went to the forest. He fell in love with a deer baby. The deer baby grew and ran away. And he became frustrated. My darling deer, where must have gone? Frustrated and died. Next life he was born as a deer. Then that deer also died. Then he was born as Jada Bharat. So we are establishing the Punarjanma. Last life, this life, next life. This is established for what? It is here Vedanta enters. See, friends. So, Vijnanamaya Kocham Jiva, this is called as the Jiva. Iti Agama Jaguhu. Then Sarva Samsara Etasya. So this Vijnanamaya Kosha is Janmanasha Sukhadikaha. So birth and death and joy and sorrows, achievement and failures, everything belongs to this Jiva, not to the Kutastha Chaitanya. So what is the journey from the Vijnanamaya Kosha to the Kutastha Chaitanya, from the Jiva to the Paramatma? What is the journey? Journey is Karnataka. See? The journey from the Jiva to the Paramatma is a journey wherein you do not cross distances and you do not require any time. You do not require any means of transport. And the best part is, you do not achieve anything. Then why we should don't do? Suffer. See, friends. So, sarva samsara etasya janma nasha sukadika. So, this is Vijnanamaya kosha is called as the jiva. Now, Vijnanam kshanikam natma. So, Vijnanamaya kosha also cannot be the atma. You may call it jiva. See? Vijnana kshanikam natma vidyut abhra nimeshavat. Anyasya upalabdhatvat shunyam madhyamaka javuhu. So the madhyamikas are another school of philosophy. They say that Vijnanamaya kosha is momentary, kshanikam. It is not all the time. Because, like I am talking to you. How many of you are hearing? Huh? What happened? I have gone to my room, whether I kept the tap open or closed. See? Kshanikam. One moment it is here, one moment it is there. How can it be the Atma? So, Vijnanam Kshanikam Natma Vidyut Abhra Nimeshavat. Like the lightning in the clouds, Anyasya Anupalabdhatvat. But other than this, there is nothing else available, and therefore, Shunyam Atma Jaguhu Madhyamika. Therefore, there is one school of philosophy among the Buddhists, Madhyamika. They say, other than the Jiva, there is nothing, therefore, nothing is Atma. They are called nihilist. Everything is 0, 0, 0. This philosophy you can see in Chidvilas Shastra. Chidvilasa is expansion of consciousness. That is also called as Ishvara Advayavad, or also the Kashmiri Shaivaism. If it is properly understood, then this kind of wrong thinking will not come. Shunya means what? They say Mahashunya. Mahashunya means absolute void? No. Absolute. Other than this, there is nothing else. This is the meaning of Mahashunya. But instead of taking this meaning, they end up into nihilism. There is nothing. That's it. No. So they call Vijnanamaya cannot be the Atma because it is temporary, and therefore other than Vijnanamaya nothing is known, so absence is the Atma. And for that they quote scriptures. Asad eva idam ityado adim idam shrutam tataha jnana jneya atmakam sarvam jagat bhranti prakalpitam. It is said in the Upanishad that idam asad eva, say, srustehe pura asad asit. What is said there? In the beginning there was no world. That means there was only Paramatma. But they interpret it in the other way around. So, the world was non-existent before the creation, and therefore nothingness is the Atma. See? And therefore, Jnana Jneya Atmakam. Therefore, the knowledge and the object of the knowledge and the knower of the object, the duality is the world, and it is Bhranti Prakalpitam. So, it is only imaginary. So, everything began from zero, from nothing. This is how they end up in nothing. Now, this fallacy is contradicted. Niradhisthana vibhrantehe abhavat atmano stitaha shunyasyapi sasakshitvat anyatha noktirastate. When you say non-existence, first of all, illusion cannot exist without the substratum. Substratum is required, then only illusion can be. There has to be a man, then only he can be husband. If there is no man, there cannot be husband. Similarly, niradhisthana vibhrantehe abhavat atmanaha astitaha. Therefore, there has to be the self. Without the self, there cannot be the illusion of this world. Because if you say zero, shunyasya api sasakshitvat. When you say there is nobody there, how do you know? I have seen. So, this zero or the absence is also established by someone who is present. This is how I told you in simple words. All experiences fall in the category of is and is not. This is a phone, it is not a tablet. Is not. This is Bengaluru, this is not Chennai. This is day, this is not night. Everything in this world falls in the category of asti nasti. Now find out, is this applicable to us? Do we fall in the category of is or is not? Like, do we have the experience that I am not? If this experience is not possible, I am not, is it necessary to tell that I am? No need to tell. Because who am I? I am beyond the options of is and is not. See, friends, and this Vijnanamaya Kosha is only during the waking, in the dream or deep sleep he is not. So how can he be the Atma? And therefore, Vijnanamaya Kosha is an illusion, but this illusion must be supported by a substratum, and that substratum is our essential nature. So, Shunyasyapi sasakshitvan annatha no uktirasate. You can't even say about it. See? अन्यो विज्ञानमयतः आनंदमय आंतर अस्ति इति एव उपलब्धव्या इति वैदिक दर्शनम. Now what is said in the Vedas? Anyaha Vijnanamayataha. Other than the Vijnanamaya Kosha, substratum support of that is the Anandamaya Kosha. And it is Asti iti upalabdhavya. Now this has to be recognized as is. Iti Vaidika Darshanam. So what is the Atma? So how we started? We started from the world, we discarded, then Annamaya Kosha, then Pranamaya Kosha, then Manomaya Kosha, and then Vijnanamaya Kosha. Now we have come to the Anandamaya Kosha as the Atma. So these are the various places where we get hooked up and imagine we have been working on the spiritual path, but we are contaminated and caught in our own ignorance. अतः अन्यः विज्ञानमयतः आनंदमय अंतरः. So the substratum of the Vijnanamaya Anandamaya and Asti iti upalabdhavyah. Now this Anandamaya Kosh has to be recognized as is, only being. Now be very attentive. Only being experience we all have in deep sleep. Deep sleep, what Vedas, Upanishad describe and what the Patanjali describes is different. Patanjali is on the foundation of Sankhya Shastra. In Sankhya Shastra, Purusha Prakriti are different and per body there is a separate Jiva. That is the Sankhya, that is the Yoga. So in Yoga, deep sleep is defined. What is Anandamaya Kosha or deep sleep? Deep sleep is Abhava Pratyaya Lambana Vrittihi Nidra. Nidra is what? Abhava Pratyaya Alambana. In deep sleep, experience is that of only absence. But can absence be an object? Can you get me a glass of absence? Can't. Absence of what? These they don't discriminate. They only say deep sleep is only absence. So absence is the object. No. Absence of what? So absence of waking and dream. What is the deep sleep? Deep sleep is absence of waking and dream. Now that absence has to be established by somebody. And therefore, Anandamaya also cannot be the Atma. But when it is said here, Asti iti upalabdhavya, then what is this Anandamaya Kosha? This is what we have to discover. So in Anandamaya means, Maya means Mutu Pratyaya. The Maya means modification. Annamaya kosha, gross body is the modification of the food. The food is eaten by the parents, converted into the seeds, then mixed together, then the child is born. There is also sucking the blood of the mother in the womb, that is also eating, and then it comes out, then start sucking the milk of the mother, and that is also over, then start consuming the whole world's food, and one day he dies and becomes food for somebody else. So, whole body's life cycle is nothing but modification of the food. Annamaya kosha. Same thing, pranamaya kosha. External air is modified inside and become the pranamaya kosha. In this manner, slowly, we come to discover that this Anandamaya Kosha is the place where Paramatma is available. Now, what is Anandamaya Kosha? Therefore, modification of the Ananda. What is modification? In deep sleep, we are one with the divine, but we do not know that. So, the ignorance is covering the knowledge. Therefore, in deep sleep, what do we get? We get nothing. But how we struggle to go to sleep? Why we want to go to sleep? These types of question is to bother me. Other things don't bother. Why we want to go to sleep? So sometime I will try. Okay, I will not sleep. Let me see what happens. No sleep. I don't want to sleep. Why? Then do an experiment. Take water and apply heat. Water will boil, it will become hot. You remove the heat or the fire, leave it. What will happen? The acquired heat from the fire will be slowly released, given up, and water will come to the room temperature. If this is clear, Kutastha Chaitanya, on the heat of relativity, was boiling, and the waker and the dreamer and miserable and happy personalities born, and then you get tired and the gas is over, so you remove the gas. What is the gas? I. That gas is removed. Then slowly, like the water, leaves what is abnormally added and comes back to the natural state. Exactly. We give up everything, good and bad, achievement and failure, relations and enemies, everything is dropped, and ultimately in deep sleep we come back to our natural state. Therefore, Anandamaya. Modification of the Ananda is Anandamaya Kosha. See, friends. So, this Anandamaya Kosha is what our attempt, wrong attempt to discover the self. Why wrong? Because it is temporary and we don't know. Another important principle, gain is always through knowledge. It's a simple rule. You don't have to see anywhere. It's our day-to-day experience. See? Gain both, good or bad. Once I was somewhere and we were having lunch or dinner, and some WhatsApp came to me. So I just saw. And then I kept it down. After everything was over, then I told the host, I said, hey, drop me up to some place. Nobody comes, okay? Straight away. Otherwise, keep on hanging around. No, go. Then, when I was sitting in the car, I said, read this message, don't lose your cool, go and conduct properly yourself. He read the message. It was a very bad news for his family. It has already happened, but it was not known to him. See, friends. So is it not our day-to-day experience that gain is always through knowledge, not through action? Action is the field of ignorance. See, what is the ignorance? I want happiness. Why? Because I am not happy. And therefore we are struggling. See? Therefore, asti iti upalabdhavya iti vaidika darshanam. So, we have come to the Anandamaya Kosha. Now, going further, Anur Mahan Madhyamo Viti Evam Tatrapi Vadinaha Bodha Vivadante Hi Shruti Yukti Samashrayat. And there also, there are many types of philosophies. They say, the Atma is what? Anu, very small. Madhyamaha, of the size of the body. Mahan, huge he is. In this manner, Edam Bahuda Yukti Shruti Samashrayat Vivadante. Thus putting so many references, they keep on arguing that Atma is so small. One of my friends, his son's name is Anu. And the best part is, he's huge. Now tell me, how can you become miserable in this world? World is full of joy, you have to discover it. See? So, Anu Vadanti Antarala, Sukshma Nadi Pracharata. Now, those who say Atma is Anu, an atom, so they say, Antarala, they say, these are the one of the philosophies. Sukshma Nadi Pracharata. Because Atma is in and through every smallest Nadi, the nerve of the body, the Romna Sahasra Bhagena Tulyasu Pracharatyam. How much thin it is? If you take, there are two words, Kesha and Roma. In English, these differences are not there. Kesha means what comes on the head if you have. If you have what? Head, not the hair. That is called a Kesha. And the hair which comes on the body, they are called a Roma. So Roma is always thinner than the Kesha. So they say, Romna Sahasra Bhagena Tulyasu. So that Anu is how much? If you take the Roma, the body hair, one hair, and you slice it vertically 1,000 times, how thin it will be. That is the Atma. This is how many people, when they sit for meditation, जा रहे अंदर जा रहे निकल गया. See, in Taittiriya Upanishad, what is said and what is done is so wrong. There it is said, Ananda, this Annamaya Atma, Anyontara Atma, Pranamaya, Anyontara Manomaya, Anyontara Vijnanamaya, Anyontara Anandamaya. So inside, Antara inside. So Anandam, the Annamaya Kosha sit like this. Then Anyontara Atma, Pranamaya, they start getting inside. Manomaya, Vijnanamaya. How can you be miserable when you see these things in this world? See? So here also say, Romana Sahasra Bhagena Tulyasu Pracharati. Therefore, Atma is Anu. Anoho Ani. And now they quote scriptures. Anoho Aniyan Esho Anu Sukshma Sukshmataram Stiti Anutvamahu Shrutayaha Shatashota Sahasrasha. Thousands of scriptural references are there where it is said, महतो महियान अणोहो रणीयान महतो महियान आत्मा से जंतो निहितो गुहायाम तमक्रतु पश्यति वीत शोगः. Atma is so small and so big. They quote it, and therefore Atma is so small, so thin. Continuing further, Balagra Shatabhagasya Shatadha Kalpitasya cha. Now, Bala, now the hair on the head, that is divided vertically 100 times. That further is further divided into 100 times. So thin. Bhago jivaha savidneyaha. That is what is called the jiva or the atma. Iti cha aha parashritihi. So other scriptures tell this atma is so thin. Now Digambaras, Jain sect say, Digambara Madhyamatvam Ahu Apadamastakam. According to Digambara sect, they say, no, Atma is not Anu. He is permeated from the top to the toe. So Atma is of the shape and size of the body. So there was an elephant. He was crossing a river. And for elephant there is no problem, he crosses. There was one mosquito. He also wanted to cross. But crossing the river, flying mosquito thought, it is not, I don't think I can fly from here to here. I can go at most from the head to the nose, not that long distance. Then when he got, oh, the elephant is going, so he landed on the hair of the tail of the elephant and crossed. After crossing, he thought, let me thank. So the mosquito went to the ear of the elephant and said, thank you very much for the lift. And elephant got disturbed. And the mosquito died. Now that elephant did not recognize the very presence of that mosquito. That mosquito is you and me. Krishna, 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 Krishna. So small. See? Humility, 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 humiliation. You see, there are some people, they write, Guru Maharaj, dasosya, 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 charnara vindasya, nakara vindasya, dasosya, dasosya. See, they're so small, so simple. In Vrindavan, where my satsang was going on, one person came and he said, Swamiji, all these people come in the front and sit in front of you and all that. I said, let them, why will you worry? No, I'm not egoist like them. I don't want to show off. I said, okay, don't show. Do you know where I sit? I said, I have not seen you. You cannot see me because I sit near the shoes. Why you sit near the shoes? I don't have ego. I say, it's not like that. Then you don't sit, you sit near the shoes because you are afraid somebody will take your shoes. So you have got a shoe ego. See, friends, only words without any meaning to this. So Digambara Madhyamatva Mahu. So the Digambara sect say the Atma is of the shape and the size of the body. So if the elephant dies and has to become the mosquito because he's killed the mosquito in the last life, imagine how that elephant size Atma will enter in the mosquito. See? Chaitanya Vyapti Asansprushte Nakhagra Shruteritam. This is one more theme. What is the Jiva like? The Sukshma Nadi Pracharastu Sukshma Avayahi Bhavet Stula Dehasya Hastabhyam Kanchuka Prati Mokavat. Now, when you say the Atma is like Anu, because he can go in and through every Nadi. Like our shirt, our hand goes through the sleeve. In the same manner, the Atma is able to permeate everything. For that, he doesn't have to become so small. And therefore, what you say, Atma is Anu, is not acceptable. Nyunadhika sharireshu praveshopi gamagamahi atmam shanam bhavettena madhyamatvam vinishchitam. Now there is another philosophy, Madhyamik philosophy. They say the bodies are big and small, and therefore the entry of the Atma in all kinds of bodies, or the subtle body can enter in all kinds of bodies. And it is possible. This is how the Madhyamikas say it is definitely possible. Because it's so small, it can go in the big and the small. These are all unnecessary arguments, but which are there. Samshasya ghatavannasho bhavatyeva tatha sati krutanasha bhyakrutagamaha ko varako bhavet. Now if you say Atma is having parts, Anu means a small size. So it is having a part. Like a pot means like a ghatavat, like a A pot has a shape size smaller than the clay. Then nashaha bhavet. Whatever is having the shape and the form is subject to destruction. The formless, shapeless cannot be destroyed. Tatha sati, this being so, kruta nasha kruta abhyagama. So if the Atma is of the size of the body, or Atma is so thin, and if the body dies, that shaped Atma will also die. Because every form, shape dies. If Atma has got a shape, form, or the Jiva has got a shape or the form, he will also die. And if he dies, whatever good or bad karma he has done in this life, who will suffer or enjoy? Therefore, telling the Atma to be of the shape and size, etc., is not acceptable. Then, tasman Atma mahaneva na eva anu na api madhyamaha. Therefore, Jiva is Mahan. See? Like Akashavat Sarvagataha Niramshaha Sruti Sammataha. Therefore, the Atma is Akashavat Sarvagataha, like the space all permeating, Niramshaha. There are no fractions in this. This is what the scriptures tell. Now, इत्युक्त्वा तद्विशेषेपि तु बहुधा कलहं ययो अचिद्रूपो अथ चिद्रूप अचिद्रूपवापि इत्यपि. Now we take the earlier verse. Therefore, Atma is Mahaneva. Now, which Atma we are talking about? Are we talking about Jivatma or we are talking about Kutastha Atma? So when the words are used Atma, we must have a clarity with what reference the word is used. If the reference is not properly known, we are bound to end up in chaos. So sometimes you say Atma, sometimes you say Kutastha, sometimes you say Chaitanya. So these are the various words which have the reference to the context. So Tasmad Atma Mahaneva na eva anu na madhyamaha. So what is the real Atma? Atma is neither small nor middle nor big, but it is Akasha Sarvagata and Niramshaha. It has no limbs, it has no size, it has no shape. See. Therefore, one of the technique of meditation is this. Make absence as object of experience. But absence is not an object. How can you make it? Okay, what is an object? Forms, shapes, these are objects. You are so many. Now, if I want to see the formless, what I had to do? I had to remain indifferent to the forms. See? How we do that? When we fill in our suitcase, it is always small. And then we can't close it, and then we say, there is no space. So your attention is not now on the objects. Your attention is on the emptiness. But how do you see there is no space? Space cannot be seen. Think. Then we ourselves know, if we remove some objects, there will be space. Exactly the same way. We are divine. We don't have to become divine. Remove the unwanted clutter. The clutter is kama, krodha, lobha, moha, all the worldly things, that is the clutter. Remove that, and we all do that in deep sleep. See? Tatra mata amata bhavati, pita apita bhavati. There we are nobody. But we continue to be. Therefore, tasmad atma mahan eva na eva anu madhyama akashava sarvagato niramsha shruti sammataha. Now, whether we are taking I as the infinite or the finite. So when I say I am fed up because of my wife, here the one who is talking is the husband. So because reference is there. And if you are nobody, You cannot talk, you cannot think. Try. We did it in the morning. Remain as nobody. See, friends, it is so simple to recognize. Get rid of the notion that we are a jiva, we are a soul. This we are able to appreciate, although we don't practice it, that we cannot be the body. We appreciate it. Because the body is not created by us, it doesn't listen to us. And yet I am the body. So we accept, okay, I cannot be the body because somebody has created. We are having encroachment. But to accept that I am not the embodied, how to accept it? Then we come to discover that we become somebody with a reference to something. So what are we today? Man, woman, young, old. What is the reference? Body. See, Kannadiga, Tamil. What is the reference? Language. So we are all the time leading a referential life. Give no reference. Just be. And in just being, there are no efforts. But as a mother or as a daughter-in-law, if you sit for a meditation, what will be your Arishta Devata? See? You'll be all the time thinking about that horrible lady. Because who is sitting is the daughter-in-law. Therefore, one of the important instructions we should give to ourselves, when you are studying or sitting for your prayers or meditation or chanting, etc., make this bold statement to yourself loudly. Now I am Mr. Nobody. You don't have any reference to think. See? Infinite is divided into fractions with reference to something. Infinite cannot be divided. Space is infinite. It is divided into 10 directions. What is the reference? Sunrise. See? The direction where sun rises is the east. Where sun rises to the east. So because of the east, the sunrise is there, or because of the sun, it is called as the east. But what is the truth? Space is the truth. We all have to recognize this. Give up all references when you are sitting for your prayers. Then you will understand this happy mantra. Na kuch pana, na kuch khona. To gain something, to lose something, belong to somebody. When the somebody is not there, what you want to gain? What you want to lose? See? So, after having come to this, now about this, also Atma, there is further argument. Ityutva tad visheshetu bahuda kalayam yayuhu. Now this Atma having come, the Anandamaya Kosha is the Atma. Here also arguments begin. What is that? Achidrupo atha chidrupo va achid chidrupa ityapi. Now this Atma, the Anandamaya Kosha, is Achit, it is Jad, Chidrupa, it is sentient, or it is a mixture of the two. See how much arguments and logic. See, we do not get exposed to the various philosophies. There are 6 philosophies. Normally, Public, we don't discuss that. Our foundation is that only. We don't have to discuss with everybody. So, this is the logic goes on. What is that? Now, after this, now various philosophies are taken. Prabhakaraha tarkikascha prahu asya achidatmatam. Prabhakara, Kumaril Bhatta or Prabhakara, they are telling that the Atma is achidatmatam, is jad. Akashavat dravyatma, like the space is inert, in the same manner, Atma is inert, and Shabdavat gunaschaiti, like the space has got the Tanmatra Shabda, in the same manner, the Atma, Akasha has got the Guna, the Chaitanya or the knowledge. This is their approach. And therefore, Ichcha, Desha, Prayatnascha, Dharma, Dharmo, Sukha, Sukhe, Tas Samskarascha, Tasyete, Gunas, Chidvati, Iritaha. Now, this Atma, which is Jada, it is not sentient. For that also, Ichcha, Dvesha, desire, anger, efforts, Dharma, Adharma, joy, sorrows, etc. These are all the samskaras which happen on the Jada Atma, and Tasya, of this, like the consciousness, these are the attributes of the Atma. Now see, when you take this as the reality, where will be our spiritual practice? Like in yoga, we are told there is one soul per body. Then what will be the spiritual practice? It will be only matter oriented. If you see all the 8 limbs, they are only talking about Prakriti. First is the Yama. Yama is how do we deal with the world? Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Aparigraha, Brahmacharya. See? All the time only matter, matter, matter. Then we come to the Niyama. Shaucha, Santosha, Tapaswadhyaya, Ishvara, Pranidhanani, Niyamaha. Shaucha, cleanliness, and Santosha, contentment. Only Prakriti, Prakriti, Prakriti. Then asana, and this asana is wrongly presented. Asana is not steady sitting, steady happiness, sthira sukham. And how we can achieve that? Prayatna shaitilya ananda samapatti bhyam. You can be happily steady and steadily happy if you are effortless. Effortlessness is the sign of natural condition. Swasthya, swasmin sthiti. See, those who have got non-normal eyes, vision is not proper. See, you must have done it in your life. When a person reaches about 40 around, so they are not able to read properly. So that lady, what she does, she takes the book in the hand and so the kids tell, Mom, you are becoming very stylish. This is what you are doing. No, beta, I can't read properly. See? Because something wrong has gone. Prayatna Shaitilya, if you are effortless, then alone happiness is experienced. Sthira Sukham. We don't become happy. We have to be happy. See, Sthira Sukham. So, all this desire, liking, disliking, effort, dharma, joy, sorrows, impressions, sanskar, they are the attributes of this Jada Atma. This is how the Prabhakaras say, which is wrong. Atmano manasa yoge swa adruštavasho gudaha jayante ata praliyante susupte društamak samshayat. Now, how this Atma becomes manifest is told further. Swa adruštavashataha. See, under the influence of the adrušta means the past action. under influence of the past action, this Atma, in association with the mind, creates various attributes, such as good, bad, joy, sorrow, etc. And thereafter, adrushya samshaya, when all the karma and karma phalas are destroyed, then in the sushupti, in the deep sleep, he is absorbed in the jada prakriti, therefore Atma is jada. See what kind of thinking can destroy us. चितिमत्वा चेतनो अपि अयम इच्छा द्वेष प्रयत्नवान स्वधर्मा धर्मयोः कर्ता भोक्ता दुःखादिमत्वतः. Now if this Atma is taken as inert, etc., what is the problem? Ayam Atma chitimatvatva. On account of being knowledge, he is consciousness, therefore ichha dvesha prayatnavan, the likes, dislikes, etc., he will not put any efforts. Dharma, adharma, good and bad karma also will not be the problem. But he becomes the doer, dukkha ati matvataha, and become associated with joy and sorrows because of the karma, and he becomes the experiencer. So it is not that, but experiencer is the Atma. So first it is said, doer is the Atma, then now it is saying the experiencer is the Atma. यथा अत्र कर्मवशतः कादाचित्कं सुखादिकं तथा लोकांतरे देहे कर्मणे इच्छादि जायन्ते. Now here also, in the present body, karmavashatah, because of the earlier karma, sometime good and sometime bad, he gets joy and sorrows, and therefore he is always under the influence of the karmas, and because of that, lokantare gati, he goes from one life to another life, one body to another body, and because of the desires he carries with him. This is how the Atma is born again and again. So what is happening? They are taking the Jiva as the Atma. Jiva is not the Atma. This mistake should be corrected. See? Space cannot go anywhere. Every going and coming is happening in the space. Because space is the support, everything is supported. The more we become aware of this, childhood has come and gone, we are the same. Good and bad experiences have come and gone, we are the same. Where we have come, where we have gone. Because our attention is on the conditionings, we always stop only with reference to the conditioned existence. In the dream, we dream, I have gone to Switzerland with a nice company, a beautiful car, and we were driving, and there was an accident, and the dream was over. Now from here, Switzerland is so far away. How could you go there in fraction of second? See? So nothing has happened. Now if we look within, right from day one onwards, what has happened to us? Tell me. We are exactly the same. Things have come and gone. We have neither gained anything nor lost anything. But what happens? We see birth, death, happy birthday to you, etc. And we give it a status of reality. See? There was one Australian probably, he came to India and he met me somewhere. He said, excuse me, for you guys it is okay to accept the theory of rebirth. But we are Christians, we don't accept the theory of rebirth. How can we understand Vedanta? I said, if you want to understand Vedanta, We do not accept rebirth. We don't accept even birth. You don't have, no, we don't accept birth. Then what is the rebirth? It's a process of teaching. First of all, we have to be brought out of the limited existence within the body. Therefore, we are told, last life you did mischief, therefore in this life you are suffering. Next life again you will suffer if you don't stop. So what is meant? That you are the same. Neither you are born nor you die. This is the meaning. Then if you are neither born nor die, then who you are? Then we are told, like the waking dream, deep sleep comes and goes, but we neither come nor go anywhere, that infinite reality we are. Where is the need to believe in rebirth? That is what is called as Tatparya Nirnay. When something is told, what is the purpose for what it is told? It is not told to send us to hell or heaven. It is to bring to our cognition that we are supporting everything. We are neither born nor die. See? Evam cha sarvagamasyapi sambhaveta gamagamo karma kanda samagrotra pramanam iti te avadan. So the karma kandis, they will be all the time talking, see, you do good karma, this karma, you will go to heaven. See, friends. And the average ignorant people, they are very much influenced by that thing. All the time, do something, I want to go to heaven. See, you don't want to go anywhere. They are encashing on the ignorance of the people. Every religion does the same thing. Encashing on the ignorance. Once I was in, where? Vrindavan. There are so many places in Vrindavan, Bhagwan's Leela. So in one place they took me. And namaste, namaste, namaste. Now he said, Maharaj, you have seen all these marble slabs? I said, yes, I have seen them. See, on that something is written. I said, yes, something is written. You know what is that? I said, I don't know. And I don't want to know. This is the highest spiritual practice. We don't want to know anything about anybody. Don't stuff your mind with uncalled for data. Like our phone hangs, we hang up. No space. Empty. Empty yourself. See? So, he said, no, I'll tell you. I said, okay, tell. He said, you know, these names which are written, somebody came and got it written and fixed it here. Then, okay, very good. You know what it is? I said, I don't know. You know, when anybody comes and steps on this, so the merits of that person who steps on this, they are transferred through Bluetooth to this man whose name is written on the stone. Corruption, Mahavir. So I said, oh, it's like, yes, it's like that. Very good. Why don't you get your name engraved and fixed over it? I said, yes. Which size? I said, you tell me. He said, this size. Get it done. Then he said, not much, 2,500 rupees. I said, then pay. I have no problem. You pay. Put my name. See, friends, till such time you want anything in this world, you have not stepped on the spiritual path. Kathopanishad. Yada sarve pramuchante kama yasya vridishritaha athamartyaha amrito bhavati atra brahma samashnute. See? When we attain 100% freedom from desires, then alone we have merged in the truth. Any small desire doesn't allow us to even sleep properly. See? We have got Himalayan-sized desires. We will never be at peace. Therefore, this karma kandi, they keep on telling, if you do this thing, it will go there, then you go, I'll come forward. Don't get carried away by this. Inquire whether we are the Kutastha Chaitanya or we are the Jiva. So, Anandamaya Kosho Yaha Sushupto Parishishyate Aspashta Chit Atmaisha Purva Koshasya Te Gunaha. So, in the deep sleep, the consciousness is aspashta, undifferentiated, is called as the Anandamaya Kosha. So, and Purva Kosha Esham, and he is the Atma of the earlier koshas, that is Annamaya up to the Vijnanamaya Kosha Atma, Asya Te Gunaha. So these, all the four koshas are the gunas of this Anandamaya Kosha, attributes of the Anandamaya Kosha. Now, from here, we go deeper into our being. What is that? We'll see in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Shade. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.